History is often treated as something distant, a collection of dates, names, and events that feel disconnected from our lives today. But history is not dead. It lives in the systems we use, the borders that divide nations, and the fears that still shape global politics. Behind every major historical event, there are ordinary people. People who did not choose to be part of history, but were forced into it. Today, we are going to explore 4 historical facts that reveal something deeper about humanity. Moments when war paused, nature reshaped civilization, technology crossed a dangerous line, and the human body itself defied the impossible. One of these stories takes place during World War I, a conflict that forever changed the modern world. Let's begin. Fact number 1: the Christmas Truce of World War I, December 1914. World War I had been raging for only a few months, but already the idea of a quick and glorious war had collapsed. Young men from across Europe had been sent to the front lines with promises that they would be home by Christmas. Instead, they found themselves trapped in trenches. These trenches stretched for hundreds of miles across the Western Front. They were cold, wet, and filled with disease. Men slept in mud, surrounded by rats and the constant presence of death. Every day followed the same routine. Wake up, survive artillery fire, watch friends die. To make this possible, governments relied heavily on propaganda. Soldiers were told the enemy was evil, savage, less than human, because killing someone who feels human is much harder. Then Christmas Eve arrived. Along parts of the Western Front, German soldiers began placing candles and small Christmas trees on their trenches. As night fell, they started singing Christmas carols. British and French soldiers listened in silence. They recognized the melodies immediately, the same songs their families were singing back home. At first, officers ordered their men to stay down. No one trusted the silence. But then voices called out across no man's land, "We will not shoot." Slowly, cautiously, soldiers climbed out of their trenches. No weapons, no helmets, just men. They met in the middle of the battlefield, a place where thousands had died only weeks earlier. Enemies shook hands. They exchanged food, cigarettes, buttons, and letters. Some showed photographs of wives and children. In several areas, a football appeared. There were no teams, no referees, just laughter. For a few hours, the war stopped. The next morning, orders came from high command. Artillery fire was ordered specifically to prevent future truces. The Christmas truce was never officially recognized, because it revealed something dangerous. The soldiers did not hate each other. They had simply been told to. Fact number 2: the year without summer in 1816. The world experienced something terrifying. Summer never came. Snow fell in June. Frost destroyed crops in July. By August, hunger spread across Europe and North America. People had no explanation. Farmers watched their fields die. Governments panicked. Food prices skyrocketed. Families sold everything they owned to survive. The cause was invisible. In April 1815, Mount Tambora erupted in Indonesia. The explosion was so powerful it was heard over 2,000 kilometers away. It was the most violent volcanic eruption in recorded history. Ash and sulfur were blasted into the stratosphere, where they remained for years. Sunlight weakened. Global temperatures dropped. Weather systems collapsed worldwide. Harvests failed. Famine spread. Riots broke out. Tens of thousands died from hunger and disease. But this disaster also reshaped history in subtle ways. Food shortages accelerated mass migration from Europe to North America. Economic instability increased political tension, and culture changed. During that dark year, a group of writers gathered near Lake Geneva, trapped indoors by endless rain and freezing temperatures. They challenged each other to write horror stories. One of them was a young woman named Mary Shelley. That challenge became Frankenstein, a novel about creation, responsibility, and unintended consequences. A single volcanic eruption didn't just change the climate, it changed civilization. Fact number 3: the man WHO survived both atomic bombs. August 1945. The world entered the nuclear age. When the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, the city disappeared in seconds. Tens of thousands died instantly. Radiation poisoned survivors for decades. 3 days later, a second atomic bomb destroyed Nagasaki. Most people believed no human could survive both, but one man did. His name was Tsutomu Yamaguchi. He was in Hiroshima on business when the first bomb exploded. Blinded, burned, thrown violently to the ground. Against all odds, he survived. Injured and traumatized, he returned home to Nagasaki. While describing the horror he had witnessed, the sky flashed white. The second bomb detonated. Yamaguchi survived again. Instead of disappearing into history, he chose to speak. He spent his life warning the world about nuclear weapons. He once said, "Twice, I saw the sun fall from the sky." Fact number 4: the experiment that changed human psychology. In 1971, a psychology experiment revealed something disturbing about human nature. The Stanford Prison Experiment. Volunteers were randomly assigned roles as prisoners or guards. The study was meant to last 2 weeks. It was stopped after 6 days. Guards became abusive. Prisoners became submissive. Normal people, placed in a system of power, quickly lost empathy. The experiment demonstrated how environment and authority can override morality. It became a warning about systems, not individuals. WHAT history teaches us these stories are separated by centuries, by continents, by circumstances, but they are connected by one thing: humanity, the ability to show compassion in war, the fragility of civilization, the danger of unchecked power, and the responsibility to remember. History is not just about what happened, it's about what could happen again, and what we choose to do differently.